Welcome to the Hemlock State Explorer. Today we're exploring Broad Mountain just north of Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania. We're hiking towards the Lehigh Gorge and we're hoping to see some beautiful gorge views, maybe even some waterfalls. It's a glorious sunny day after several days of rain, so we're excited to get out and explore this mountaintop and gorge. Really excited to be here and glad you're with us. So stay with us as we explore Broad Mountain. The Broad Mountain Trail is located in State Game Lands 141 in Carbon County, Pennsylvania, and the trail starts out on top of a plateau with some logging along the side and fields of brush, and there's a very easy hike of a gravel trail that you see before you. But the trail descended, as you can see, and the logged brushy area is replaced by some dense hemlock stand. And we're about to cross Jean Run. Let's take a look at this. Jean Run is raging on account of the rain we've received over the last few days. The sound is glorious as we hike along this area. We could hear Jean Run for a few minutes now. Looks like some rhododendron back underneath the hemlock stand. And the shade is glorious down here. Let's take that in for a minute. Alright, after crossing Jean Run, we will continue heading east towards the Lehigh Gorge. I'd like to take a minute to ask you to help us out by liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends. Check out all of our adventures at hemlockstateexplorer.com and see our other videos on this YouTube channel. Really appreciate if you could help us get this off the ground, because we love getting out and exploring and we love sharing it with you. Well, that was cool. We got closer than I thought we would. Oh, there he goes. Very cool. That was nice to see. Just another bonus. As you can see by the sign, we're about to cross James Run. And here's a bridge. Most of the trail thus far has been open, and it's a sunny day, so the sun has been shining down on us. So just come prepared. Bring a hat maybe, because it does get quite warm and sunny. But as you can see, we're in a shady spot here crossing the James Run, and we're heading towards a very special place, Glen, Onoko. Last I heard, Glen Onoko is closed. Glen Onoko has a reputation for being one of the most dangerous state parks in all of Pennsylvania, because it has glorious waterfalls, but of course the waterfalls make the surrounding rocks wet, and people go up there doing foolish things and end up getting hurt. Okay, so here's a trail to Glen Onoko Falls. I'll just pause for a minute and we'll take a look at this trail. Okay, so we can get down to a portion of Glen Onoko. This is awesome. Let's go see this waterfall. But as I was saying, oh, there's a snake right there. You see that? Awesome. Wow, another bonus. Okay, what was I saying? So yeah, we're heading towards Glen Onoko, and we can only go part way down the trail. People end up coming here and doing foolish things over the years, and have gotten hurt. People even have been killed here. I forget how many, but it was a strain on the local EMS, and I guess they got tired, and rightfully so, of pulling out people doing foolish things here. So decisions have consequences, and unfortunately the consequence of some people's decision has ruined access to Glen Onoko for everybody, but we'll get as close as we can. I was here about 8 years ago, before Glen Onoko was shut down, and it really is glorious. I can see why it was such a popular spot. But people ended up doing foolish things, got hurt, and it's been closed ever since. You hear that water down there? I just love this hemlock and rhododendron, and the hemlock and rhododendron go together like, I don't know, whatever wonderful combination you can think of. Chocolate and peanut butter comes to my mind, but rhododendron and hemlock are a match made in heaven. You see how thick that is down there? So it is a rocky trail here. Make sure you bring appropriate footwear. We're gonna go as far as we can. I just got a spider in the face. We'll go as far as we can, but we won't trespass on the area we're not supposed to, just out of respect for the law. But this is gonna be so cool. It's misty down there from the water vapor from all these rains trapped in the canopy, and I suspect that's going to make it so much better. I'm expecting a large volume of water over the falls, but I really hope they open up Glen Onoko at some point, because this is an amazing steep hike. So one of the reasons, especially lower on the trail, it was so challenging is number one, because of the steepness of the hike, number two, the rockiness, and then the proximity of the waterfalls made the rocks wet most of the time. But we'll take in what we can take in, and I'll be really thankful for it. And here it is. I'm very thankful that the top waterfall of Glen Onoko is accessible. Look at this huge sheet of rock, and you see the stream flowing down turbulently. So we're going to be very careful on account of the wetness of the rock. We don't want to become like one of those people I just spoke of. But here you go. Look at that. Look how glorious that is. The fast flowing stream, the torrents underneath that underneath the mountain laurel. Wow, that's glorious. It makes your soul rise. So we're being very careful walking on this wet rock. Approaching the precipice. Are you guys ready? Listen to that. And here we go. All right, I'm going to pause this for just a moment so I can get down there safely, and we'll reconvene. Let's go behind the waterfall. Here we are at the top of Glen, Onoko Falls, and as you can see, the main trail to the left, if you're looking at the falls, is closed. Warning, this trail is closed. That's the main trail. But you can get safely to the bottom of the falls by crossing over either at this rock, and you see there's a trail there, or there's another crossing over the stream at this rock, and you can see the trail here, but they both lead to the same place. So I'm really thankful we were able to safely get down to the bottom and get some amazing pictures of Glen, Onoko. All right, let's continue our journey back up the trail to Broad Mountain. Well, here's a fun spot with some boulders I thought I'd share with you. Too bad for the graffiti. Have a bit of sun shining on us. And we'll crawl underneath this fallen log. And it looks like there are some convenient stone steps right up the side of the hill. We just came up from Glen, Onoko Falls, and now we're heading up not via the main trail but a side trail because I wanted to show you these really cool steps and boulders. This has just been such a nice trail so far, and the way here was easy. It was just a gravel road. Boulders to our left. There's where we came from. Well, this is convenient. Thanks for whoever built the steps. We are at the edge of the Lehigh Gorge, and if you listen carefully, other than that cicada, you can hear the Lehigh River raging down below in the gorge. Must be on account of all the rain that we've gotten recently. So we're at a scenic overlook, more like a window I would call this, looking in the general direction of Jim Thorpe, and you can't see it because the trees are blocking, but to our right is the Lehigh Gap. But don't worry, it's going to get much better than this, Lord willing. We have some more scenic overlooks up ahead. So let's continue on the rim of the Lehigh Gorge. Here's another window about a quarter of a mile north up the Lehigh Gorge from where we were previously. Can't see too much, but this is more open than the last one. Looks like we see the town of East Jim Thorpe and the curve of the mountain above. Well, this is beautiful, but there is more yet to come. So let's head back up the trail. Welcome back. So we just came off of the trail to the main overlook, and it was rocky and lined with blueberries on either side, but was a pretty clear and manageable trail. Bit of a rock scramble in some places, but that just added to the adventure. Here we are, opening up to the Lehigh Gorge. I'll just let you take this in without my commentary. Wow, okay, so maybe a little bit of commentary. Look at that. There's the Lehigh River down below. It looks brown and high on account of all the rain we just got. We'll pan to the right. Glorious mountains. You can see the mountain immediately in front of us, and then behind that, the gorge. That's the continuation of the Lehigh Gorge, and you see the town of Jim Thorpe behind that mountain. We'll pan back down so you can see the river. Glorious. We took one of the spurs toward the rim of the gorge, and it looks like this one's going to pay off. We'll mark everything on the map that you can find at hemlockstateexplorer.com. But here it is. Let's go down that oh, hey, look, we found a friend. Peacefully basking in the sun. Okay, so we won't go down to that ledge. We'll just enjoy the view from up here. Note the tight oxbow bend around the mountain. And there's even a train. This black-faced timber rattlesnake has stuck its head under the rock since we came. Really wants nothing to do with us, but man, that is beautiful. Oh, there it goes. Oh, sticking his head out now. Not rattling at all. Just going under the rock. To avoid walking along the highway, Route 93, back to the parking lot, there's a trail that cuts from one end of Broad Mountain Trail to the other. And for most of the way it's fine, but for maybe the last, 50 yards or so, it's very weedy. And right here, it's swampy, so you can't avoid getting wet if you come this way. And as you see, there's a stream. Looks like this is going to be another wet crossing. Well, this is another win. What a wonderful adventure at Broad Mountain. As you can see, the trail is very easy. It's a gravel road, except in the area of Glen, Onoko. And if you choose to take some of the trails along the rim of the Lehigh Gorge, but just look at that sky. You can't feel it, but the breeze is amazing. The sound of the cicadas and other critters. We saw some rattlesnakes. We saw a buck. Yeah, there it goes. There's the cicada. We saw a buck, and we saw that glorious, wonderful, amazing Glen Onoko Waterfalls. It lives up to its reputation, plus multiple scenic views of the gorge. Please like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate your support getting this adventure off the ground, and we can't wait for you to join us on our next adventure at Hemlock State Explorer.